Hi everyone, welcome back to the Hollywood Actors Guide to Surviving the Film and Television Industry. This is your host, Jennifer Lynn Warren. How are you all today? I hope you're doing well. So, sometimes I just have a lot on my mind. So let's see where this podcast takes us. I was thinking today as I was lying in an office getting PEMF done on my hip, which is very painful, but oh so effective, that our job as actors is really to be relaxed in the most crazy situations. I mean, it really is. If you're freaking out on set about what you have to do, like I remember being on a film set and my ex-boyfriend was there doing a little stunt gag and he was afraid. He was terrified of dragging a dead body across the stage because, what if he messes it up? And I mean, that is the last thing that director would have wanted from somebody, is to know that one of his stunt people was nervous about dragging a body across the stage. No. So something else I was thinking about is when you're looking at a story, you need to see if it goes anywhere from where it started. 99.9% of the time, if it got greenlit, it does. And you need to figure out what that streak is, because a lot of times that streak, if you have a good casting director, that's what your audition is. And that is the arc that if you play that in your audition, they get it, that you understand the story and where the story is going to go. And part of what makes that so effective is the fact that as human beings, we love to watch things grow and flourish. And if you can capture that in a 3-minute audition, that is gold. Something else, comedy. If something's funny, look for the truth in it. A lot of times we laugh at something because it's painfully true. And so if you are going through a comedy script and either you don't find it funny or you do find it funny, what's going to really help you figure out, especially if you're not seeing the comedy yet, is to find the truth in what might be somebody else's painful truth. And that is where you're going to find what the humor was for the writer. Another thing, and I get this from my writing class that I have been taking, grammar is not behavioral. So a lot of times, and especially you'll get this in TV, they're really going for like this weirdly like perfectly grammatically correct sentences for our characters to speak, but that is not how we speak in real life. You cannot have something that is grammatically correct and be behavioral. So if you're reading a script and the grammar is incorrect for your character, that is the writer trying to tell you something. But if the entire script for every single character is grammatically correct, then chances are that writer is not writing a character, and you're going to have to find the character for yourself. Do not organize your emotional life. Do not go on your script and go, I'm going to feel sad here and then angry here and then confused there. As soon as you do that, you don't get to live in the moment. Why do I say this? Part of it is because the directors and the audience, they need to see the uncertainty of where you're going to go emotionally. If you have it all planned out, it's going to play very, very poorly in your audition. Very poorly. I personally think there's no such thing as overacting. Also, never ask permission. Never ask permission. Whatever you need in an audition or you need in your performance, you tell them what you need. And when you go into that audition, a great thing to have as a mantra in your head is, I dare you to forget about me. And how do you get them to be so enthralled with your performance that there's no way they're going to forget about you? It's a lot of it is allowing the role to play you and allowing that law of attraction. Like, if I believe I'm right for this role, you're going to believe I'm right for this role. If I don't believe I'm right for this role, obviously you're not going to believe it either. So another thing to consider And I know I am very mishmashy today. That's right. We're having a mishmash podcast. The character is always you. It's always you under a different circumstance. You can't get away from yourself. And your wardrobe is so important. Your wardrobe is going to speak before you do. You want to be seen and you want to be heard as the character. So take full responsibility for your career and dress appropriately for your roles. Never think that there's just like one choice to play a character. If there are 33 ways that you can figure out to play the character, why not play them all 33 ways? Do you need to have 33 takes? No, but you can choose, people are complicated. They're very, very complicated. If you're only playing, one way of playing a character, then you're probably playing a stereotype and not a complex human being. If you always do your best in this business, your life is going to get very, very simple. If you see an audition as a chance to have a job instead of being humiliated, people are going to get attracted to you. Casting directors are going to be attracted to you. Your ego will ruin every blessing if you're in your life if you allow it. Bring nothing but love into an audition room. If you're afraid of them, they are going to be afraid of you. Go in, do your audition, and get the F out. Say thank you and leave the room. Make them chase you to the elevator. Do not hang around. I know I've said this before. Do not hang around. It looks desperate. If you start your audition and you're with a reader that is not doing what you need them to do not be afraid to stop the audition, redirect the reader, and begin again. If you're going to be going into a situation in which you are going to be interviewed and you know they're going to say something, so tell me about yourself, that needs to be written down and rehearsed. We talked about this on a previous episode. I just wanted to remind you of that. Lots of people are going to tell you how to play a role. If you go around and you ask somebody, how should I do this role? But only you know how you feel about those circumstances that character is going through. And it is your personal life story that is going to give you a unique perspective on that character. So don't give up that power. And speaking of which, your mental health through all of this, it's an ongoing process. It's a process that is a dedication to reality at all costs. And your attitude, the way you carry yourself into that self-tape, that audition room, or that Zoom audition should be like you're shooting your third or fourth scene that day and you're coming out of your trailer and you are a working actor. That is what you should feel like and smell like in this business, because anything else, it can feel weak, and it can make us feel like we're not stepping into our power. Whereas if you can, and this is something I do, I have my moment before and I have my character's moment before. So my moment before is I am stepping out of my trailer, walking maybe the 2 feet with the PA to set, walking into my character's moment before, and then action. Now, every time I do it after that, I'm already out of my trailer. But when I go to do my first take of an audition, or I'm in the waiting room, that waiting room is not a waiting room. It is my trailer, or it's just where they've sat me to the side on set. If I am waiting on a Zoom audition, I am, in my mind, I've come from set and I am sitting on set or standing on set where I'm going to be shooting, and I am just waiting for them to finish those last few adjustments for light and sound before, the director decides he wants to talk to me one more time when they show up on the Zoom, and re-roll action. It's all in the mindset. Is any of this perfect? No. Is any of this going to guarantee that you book a role? No. Is it going to make sure that you are standing in your power, and when you are the right person for the right role at the right time for the right project with the right director, that they don't hesitate because of something else? Yes, it is. It is going to help you. And I think it has helped me so many times. I don't know why I'm so scattered today. Maybe it was the cryotherapy and, freezing your body will do things like that, I think. Highly recommend it though. But okay, so I think I'll just stop there because I don't want to ramble. And so that's it. That's all I have for you this week. Break a leg out there and remember, you are not alone.